Prof, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Prof. Is that Professor Fayomi?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Okay. I want to start off immediately now. Okay. Good evening, distinguished engineers. It's my singular privilege to be here, and I want to appreciate everyone that has logged in so far. It is an honor to be, I consider this an honor to be asked by the national chairman to anchor this maiden edition, and I sincerely appreciate that. The essence of this seminar is part of the deepening knowledge agenda of the new national chairman, and we hope indeed that as we move on, this is going to be sustained and improved upon accordingly. Before we go on, please, I want to request everyone to mute his or her microphone. We appreciate that. This is to enable the presenter to have proper concentration and for the listeners not to be disturbed. We appreciate, again, you mute your microphones. It will be well appreciated. And if for any reason you are not hearing us or anything clearly, you might have to turn off your video to increase your phone or the viewing 1 bit. Yes, the bandwidth. Please, we will welcome that. I will now formally welcome the national chairman to say a word or two before we commence. The national chairman, sir.
Good evening, Dr. Wilson. I am Benedict. I'm a key.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay, good evening. Engineer Dr. Wilson, I am
Yes. You might have to turn off your video to increase the bandwidth of your phone. You can't hear you.
Of the platform this evening, I welcome you to the main edition of the webinar series that we are embarking upon at our institution.
Thank you, National Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker today, please mute your microphone, please.
Hello, can you hear me now, sir?
Oh, you are still on, National Chairman. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you are very faint.
Okay.
You are very
Can you
faint.
hear me now?
Yes, please
Can you
go
hear me
ahead.
now?
Say what you want to say,
Okay.
please.
Okay. I want to appreciate technical engineers that are taking our time to be on this platform this evening as we start our webinar series. Some of the things that we are trying to do is to ensure the professional and training of our engineers as we move on in the profession. And today we are starting the maiden edition that will be looking at industrialization and academia collaboration to ensure that we have a good national development in Nigeria. So on behalf of myself, I'm not executive of the national body of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, I welcome you to this webinar series. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you, National Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor to introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Professor Ojo Sunday Fayomi. Before inviting him to go ahead with the presentation, I want to apprise the audience with his brief citation for us to really know who this Colossus is. Professor Ojo Sunday Fayomi is a full professor of mechanical engineering and an international distinguished researcher. He is the current dean of the College of Engineering and chairman, Corporate Affairs Unit, Office of the Vice Chancellor, Bells University of Technology, Ota, Nigeria. Bells University of Technology is the first private university of technology in Nigeria committed to the development and transformation of society through environmental friendly technologies and other innovations. Professor Ojo Fayomi is an established proven academia and global researcher in area of mechanical metallurgy of materials and production technology. He is a materials and corrosion expert. He is well reputed nationally and internationally in the areas of mechanical materials mechanics. Professor Fayomi obtained his Bachelor of Engineering degree honors in mechanical engineering from Bells University of Technology. He backed his master's and doctorate degree in metallurgical engineering with distinction cum laude from the Department of Chemical Engineering, Tshwane University of Technology, Pretoria, South Africa. He has a postgraduate diploma in environmental and natural resource management from Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ago-Iwoye. He rose to be a distinguished exceptional professor with a massive contribution to new material development. He is a visiting scholar to several universities, locally and internationally. He has to his credit over 400 indexed international and local peer-reviewed journals with substantial impact factors, broad readership, and citations in Scopus and Web of Science. Professor Fayomi is an external examiner to several local and foreign universities. He has supervised over 150 international research, industrial projects, graduated 9 doctoral and 16 master degree students. Professor Fayomi is a sought-after inspirational speaker and lecturer to many industries. He is known to be a reviewer to the highly rated scientific journals and an examiner to the National Research Foundation, South Africa and Portugal. He is a member of several engineering bodies, such as the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. As an accomplished researcher and lecturer, he has harvested several awards internationally. Among others is the Scientific Achievement by South African Association for Advancement in Science Medal Award. Professor Fayemi was a postdoctoral research scholar and awardee of International Best Postdoctoral Fellow for Teaching and Innovation at the Tshwane University of Technology. He was named the Outstanding African Researcher 2019 and the Most Innovative Scholar in Composite Deposition. In 2021, Professor Ojo Sunday Fayemi was listed among top 50 in Africa out of top 500 researchers by scholarly output over the period of 2015 to 2020 by CIVAR. He has a patent to his credit with the South African Ministry of Education and Cooperative Affairs. As an international conference speaker, he has spoken to audiences in Belgium, Mauritius, United States, Greece, United Kingdom, South Africa, and Nigeria. Professor Fayemi is happily married to his sweetheart, Dr. Gloria Uche Fayemi, and they are both blessed with 2 children. It is my singular honor to invite Professor Sunday Fayemi to speak on the topic Industry-University Partnership, the wide margin and barriers to Nigeria universities' global rating. Professor Ojo Fayemi, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ali. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate this coordination from NUMECI. And I hope you are hearing me, sir.
Very well. You are loud.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Let me first and foremost appreciate the chairman of the national chairman of NUMECI for giving me this opportunity to speak to erudite scholars and industrialists here tonight. To share. I believe it's a family meeting. That we need to share opinions and views together. For the interest of our nation and especially for national development. Please allow me to embrace the already established protocol. I bring greetings from the College of Engineering, Best University of Technology, Opa, and on behalf of my Vice Chancellor, Professor Jeremiah Ulu Ojediran, who is also an engineer of REPI. We shall be looking quickly over this presentation summary, introduction, big questions we need to ask ourselves are created to hard values, the ratings matrix, the divides amongst industries and academics, and we'll be looking at a very good conclusions about that. At a form of introduction, you see, I said something a few years ago. I said we have come a long way, and we all are looking for where to put our foot. That is because of where we find ourselves today. The young, the old, the male and females, we want to see a great Nigeria. Everybody wants to see a world-class university in Nigeria. We hope to see a great industrialized society. Why? Because if we have to build to last, then we must learn to closely look at the gaps. So we want the world-class university. We want a great industrialized nation where we can have a rest, by all standards. Many Nigerians wish, we could be in United States of America, when you ask 50% of Nigerians, say, I wish I am in the United States of America. Many Nigerians wish, we could be in United Kingdom, I believe, I will still be asking you, what do you wish? Many of us wish Nigerian could be like Canada, because that is why you see 80% of Nigerian people, they want to leave the shore of this country. You'll be asking why? Why are you trying to leave? The question is, it's simple. We kept on wishing. Everybody say we wish it to be better tomorrow. It will be good today. We will keep on dreaming. We said, if it's not good today, it's going to be better tomorrow. We keep on watching. We keep on watching what is going on within the industry and academia. Yet we refuse to act. We refuse to act ourselves. We're saying this is the right way to go. We also refuse to ask deep questions that we need to ask ourselves. We refuse to do that. How did those great people, great industrial nations, how did they get there? We refuse to ask them, what did they do to arrive at this great future? We call them mighty. How did they arrive there? What did they do? Because if you know what others do to get to success, then that means we can also arrive at a success. We didn't ask them. We didn't look at them. We only travel and come back with enormous opportunity, saying, but do we really act on what we have said? We didn't do that. The developed country we see today, the USA, the Germany, the Indian, the China that we are seeing today, the country and society we all admire, they come to limelight because of one thing. Number one, they are intentional in their action. They are intentional in their action. They are proactive in their thinking. They are proactive in their thinking. They are tireless in their drive. All what they wish, they want to have them. All what they desire, they want to get them. Everything they desire, they want to have them at the tip of their finger. So they are not watching. They are not wasted time. They are intentional in their action and their practice. And that is why they are winning. So therefore, the question to ask is this: the academia know they cannot succeed without industry. That is in those great nations. You hardly see them succeed without, they know. The industry know they cannot succeed without the university, the institution, the institute, they know. So what they do is that they come together and find a balance. They walk through, I can't succeed alone, I need industry. Academia knew that they can't succeed alone, they need industry. Industry knew that the people that will give them the manpower to, they are from academia. So they find a balance within them. We are both of them mixed at the point. The question is, what is Nigeria finding? Are we ever find a balance about Nigerian academia and industry? What are we thinking in our mind? Division. So therefore, so they were determined to succeed. That is one of the cardinal points. They were determined to succeed. So they have the synergistic, they have to develop a synergistic approach to win this approach. Because they are determined, they came together and looked for what to do. They began to build a world-class university for a world-class industry, for a world-class society. This is what they do. They began to build a world-class university. That is why you see Oxford everywhere, Harvard everywhere. They are leading through because they collaborate with industry. So they build a world-class university for a world-class industry and a world-class society. So what are we building? They didn't get there suddenly. We have to be careful about that. They didn't. They didn't get there by shortcut. They got there smart. They were intentional. They were objective. They were factual. They believe in themselves. They couldn't just keep praying. They watch what they need to do. They prepare their frontiers and they begin to smartly enter into those wrecks because they know how to get there. It's not by shortcut. It's not suddenly. And therefore, the big question is this for all of us. Do Nigerian university and industry of today ever find a balance? That's the question. To bring our nation out of the challenge confronting us, do we ever find a balance? Do we ever think of getting the balance? And that brings us to what? You see, the divide. we need to understand that the industry are created to add value. The industry are created to add value. The university are created to add value. In other words, no one is better than each other. There is no need for division. No one is better than each other. No one is better than each other. Everyone is created to add value. And that is why the synergetic balance has to come into play. Academia have to come, industry have to come to the middle, the round table, and discuss the way forward. As a Nigerian, as an engineer, as an institute. Do you know why? University and industry in a developed society, this is what they do. Have a long history of collaboration, which translate into these 4 key. Number 1, skill development in time of education and training of manpower. So this is how their collaboration comes in. Education, people in academia have to develop skills for them, and they take them and train them. They have a long time of collaboration, leading to advancement of entrepreneurship, especially the startups. The university and industry in a developed society have a long history of collaboration that translate into knowledge adoption and generation in time of innovation and technology transfer. So one habit, you build the student, you give it to industry, industry have the torch, and they begin to keep them out. There is no division among them. The problem of industry are taken to the university. The university solve the problem and return it back to the industry. The industry look for good students from academia. They train them, the academia carry them and give them to the industry. And they begin to metamorphose around them. The synergy is unique. The both of them, because of their collaboration, they provide provision of national policy and platforms of sustainable growth. What is Nigeria doing in this aspect? Do we ever provide national policy? How does the policymaker see us? What about the knowledge adoption? Do we ever believe in Nigerian students? What are the training patterns do we have for them? That is the big question that we need to ask and have within ourselves. The value divide between industry and this is simple. Industry are meant to be an innovation driven. University are meant to be a research discovery driven. We discover through research what is going on. We in academia discover what research is into in recent time and sell it to the industry.
That want to develop the assets into the decider, you can actually drag the match to the
Sorry, Prof, for the intervention. Please, can you continue? Hello, Prof.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Prof.
Can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Thank you very much. So the value divide between these people are the research based. The academias are meant to be in research, to discover why innovations are meant to be from industry. Immediately we get it from industry, from academy, they transfer it to industry because they are innovation-driven entities. Now, what next about this? Look at it. From difference to common goal. Within this, we have a commercialization of new and useful technology. This is where both of them meet. Look at the teaching, research, service, economic development. Look at the profit thereof from the industry. Management of knowledge for profit. Industry do deal with management of knowledge with profit. University deal with knowledge for knowledge's sake. Knowledge, we build knowledge in university. Now, come from teaching, research, service development, economic development. But look at where both of them meet, commercialization of new and useful technology. So both of them have to come to the round table. There is no need for division. Both of them must come to the round table, discuss how this innovation has to be shared, discussed, how this innovation has to be transferred among others. And knowing that, the deep things we have to look into this. I said it here, deep look into similarities of this industry. Number one, university. University deal with research priority set for investigators. And industry deals with research priority set for management. These are different. University will deal with grant seeking. We know that industry deal with profit seeking. University deal with publications. Industry deal with, proprietaries. University deal with patent. Industry deal with patent driven by business decision and control. Individual have similarities, but the question is, one has to transfer to one another. Academia has to transfer to industry. Industry have to do what academia give to them, and also relate back to the academia if it is positive or negative. And that is the essence of academic and industry synergy for national growth. However, industry divides. This is what divided industry and academia. Number one, low interaction among stakeholders. You hardly see interaction, a story interaction among stakeholders. You hardly see. Number two, low industry investment in research activity. If you don't believe in people, you will never invest in them. Hardly will you see industry in Nigeria investing in research activity. Hardly. It's very minute. Number three, assume letdown of university to equip graduates with relevant competency. These are the reasons why there is division between industry and university. Number four, unemployable graduates. People believe our graduates are unemployable, but it isn't so. You have to look deep and understand the priorities of university. Though there is university have challenges, but there are beauty moments that university have carved out for industry to make use. Another thing is high youth unemployment. This is the reason why there is division, always fighting. Another challenge is training and retraining of entry-level graduates. All what industry want to do is just to get somebody from academia or the graduate from academia and begin to use. No, they need to be retrained. And we must find the balance. In the industrialized society that we're talking about, there is a balance between them. They know the limit of graduates coming up from the university. And that is why they have graduate training for them and management training. We shouldn't be tired by losing the focus of individual. Industries have its own focus, academics have their own focus, and we must understand that we have to come together. There is no need for division. And another thing is low economic development. And that is another challenge because people believe I'm just doing my business by myself. I don't need any graduate. Nobody's watching over me. So if I employ any graduate, that's fine. If I don't employ, that is fine. And these are the normal constraints that we are seeing. And therefore, this is the difference. Number one, misinterpretation of purpose of the university. Industry have to understand carefully the purpose of setting up university so that you will not be asking for too much. The university have to understand the purpose of the industry so that they will not be asking for too much. Number two, ineffective policy from the two parties. There is no balance of policy within the academia and the industry. There is no balance. We all know that there is no balance. And that translates into the unbalanced curriculum that is coming up in recent time. But thank God for Korea and NSC that is coming up on board. The question is our curriculum has to be balanced because we need some of the content from the industry into Nigerian university curriculum. And that of curriculum of university to be taught also by the industry. Presently now at Best University of Technology, we have people from industry coming to teach our students under the town and grant system. And some of the universities also are doing that. We have some of our lecturers going for what we call in coded man, investigation now. Why? Because we want deep interaction between the industry and the academia. Only a few universities are doing that. But as a University of Technology like Invest, we are intentional about that. And that is one of the things we are doing. Another thing is pride between industry and university. The pride is too much. They can't give us anything. They can't do our research for us. And that becomes a problem. The university have multiple stakeholders. Somebody that is governing them. The industry have people that are governing them also. There is no collaboration. This is the differences. And another thing is insufficient funds of the university. We have university, we have technology hub within OTA. For instance, how many industries are bringing in money, even when proposals are written to them, for them to bring out the problem to be solved. So you see, these are little challenges that we foresee. Ladies and gentlemen, why university partners with industry? Number one, acquaintance to industry collaboration is very important. The more we are acquainted to university, to industry, the more our students gain a lot. Number two, we build research endowment. Why both individuals have to come together? We have to build what we call research endowment. I remember in South Africa, my projects are obtained from the industry. My PhD and master's degree were obtained from the industry. After we solve it, we translate those projects, return it back to them. Today, they are using it for SMEs. The reason is because there is a research build endowment in the university from the industry. And this also allow investigators to keep pushing. In Nigeria today, there is never few university have what we call research ground by researchers. Research is intensive, and one has to be careful in doing research. So funding is required, and this collaboration has to come to place between industry and the researcher. And the belief system must also be there. Additional fund, that's what we're saying here. Why industry partner with university? Why do you think industry is partnering with, we are talking about why university partner with industry now. But now, why do you think that industry have to partner with university? Number one, for new source of ideas and technology. Number two, easy license to technology and support research. That is why industry must partners with industry. Number three, from educational system, we realize that if you partner with some university, you get good students coming out from that university. Take for instance now, presently now at Best University of Technology, we have 3 industries within this year that have written to us that they need our students. The reason is because they know what we are turning out presently. And that is what it expected. The industry have to partner because of human resources. Another thing is this, for viability and visibility. Only the university can give industry more viability. In recent time, if you are collaborating with industry or investing in industry collaborating with university, they have this sound visibility, very sound visibility. We have the German companies of collaborating with us on energy source presently. And these are the things. It has to come from also Nigerian local content. This is the way to move Nigerian growth and development and create improvement within our context. Because of our time, quickly, let's look at this why industry, we have put that on board. Then look at it. Possible benefit. When this university and industry comes together, look at the possible benefit. Number one, it reduces unemployment. Number two, decrease the rate of crime. Number three, sustainable growth, sustainable economic growth comes in place. Number four, better business and academic space. Remember, the industry has its own benefit. The academia have their own benefit, but the national benefit is what we are saying here. Now let us try to look quickly in this last part why these industrial nations are really making waves. Because remember the title of this series. We want to see the divide and the matrix. Now I try to put it here. This is the bridging gaps if you really want to get way out. Number one, recognize the traditional mission of university. Industry have to recognize the traditional mission of the university. Number
Yeah, hello, Prof. Prof. Um, Gentlemen and ladies, um, seems where there's a issue of network problem at the prof's end. Let's wait for him to relog in. Thank you so much, and thanks for your understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me, please?
You are loud and clear, sir.
Okay, the presenter will log in. Please, I just spoke to him. It's a network issue. He will log in immediately. Thank you so much. I hope MTN will, or Glo, or any of this network will commission one or two universities to solve these problems of call drops or arbitrary data pulsations as part of their contribution or the town-gown relationship. One thing I know is that the awareness is growing gradually, and our universities have started to organize their faculties into research groups for this purpose of relating with the industry. And Koren on its own reshaped and reorganized the undergraduate curriculum to allow the infusion of a mode of learning that is the outcome-based educational system that seeks to lay emphasis on ability to translate and write what you see and what you know. And that one influences innovation. So the emphasis on it, Koren has just finished training close to 1,000 evaluators, both from the academia and the industry. And we think this is the right way to go. And we know with this method, we will have some breakthroughs in technology. Let me check on the guest presenter again. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your patience. He will join us shortly.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you very much.
Hello? Hello?
Professor
Hello?
Fayemi, are you there? Okay.
So sorry for the break in transmission. I don't know why the MTN please stop, couldn't allow us to move on. Please, I'm sorry for that.
No problem. I've told the audience, maybe we will,
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
we'll consider asking or requesting MTN to fund 1 or 2 universities to look into the issue of this arbitrary network pausations and network
I'm
drop.
telling you, sir.
Call drop.
A serious one. Mm.
Thank you. Please continue, sir. Wow, it's dropped off again.
Mm. Yeah.
Engineer Kutuge, can you make Professor Fayemi a co-host?
He is already. That is why he can share from his answer.
Okay then. Okay then. Okay then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So these are the challenge.
Okay.
Let's try to look at I was talking about the bridging gaps that we have to look into both university and academic. Number one, we have to begin to have a collaborative syllabus within the industry and the university. Industry have to call, academia have to call for industry input in their syllabus, especially their curriculum. As part of NSE or current regulation. The next one is there should be town and gown. Industrial fellows, industry people must come into university and teach our students, the nitty-gritty, the practical aspect that need to be taught in real life. And majorly, from there, we can be talking about patent and commercialization. I heard about a professor a few days ago who developed something in Nigeria. Nigerians couldn't value it. They took that into outside the country and they are using it. They produce it in mass and they return it back to Nigeria and they are using it for, while we are buying it and rushing it. Nigeria are rushing what we supposed to have, make as a royalty for ourselves. See, that is a challenge. We have to look deep into that. Patent and commercialization, we take it serious. In some university outside the country, if you don't have patent, you can even become a professor. So you see, because they want you to have an industrial side, the first side into the industry. And this is how to link your students link the university to a global view. Provision of specialized university. Thank God we have University of Technology now, but are they up to standard? Are they up to task? Did they look at their own view? What are they meant to do? You see, because the reason why Polytechnic lost their focus is because of this division. The same thing, that is academia. If there is a loss of focus between Polytechnic and university, then that means there will be a lot of focus between an academia and industry. And that is what is happening. Everybody must look at his mandate and stay within his mandate. Stay within his or a mandate. That is how it's supposed to be. Another thing is engaging in joint publication. Every good output should be published by academia and industry, not only academia. And that is why this leads us to the next point. The time higher educational ranking, the rating of university in Nigeria, and the one outside the country. Look at what happened. I'm talking about industrial matters now. Few years ago, I was doing an investigation on this industrial matters. There is this body called Time Higher Education Ranking. This THE, they rank university in Nigeria and all over the world. I mean, the great university around the world through what they do. And they have what we call some matrix that they follow. Let's try to look at matrix. In this case study, we are using case study of University of Oxford because one of the first university in the world. How did they arrive there? Let's try to look at their fundamentals and their matrix. Look at it. Ranking criteria. Teaching. In this ranking, the teaching must have 30% of the criteria to become World University ranking, 30%. The research with this, with the volume, the income and reputation is 30%. That means every university must have 150 to 200 papers consistently for a period of 5 years. Now, after that, the citation of the publication is like 30%. But do you see the industrial income? These 2%, I underline it to be red, 2.5%. See, the reason why Nigerian universities are not competing with the global university is because of this ranking, this 2.5%. We lost this 2.5%. And therefore, there's no way we can compete. So our rating as in Africa and Nigeria within the cluster of World University ranking is a concern. Why? Because we lack an industry income, the innovation from industry, the partnership from industry. Without industry income, you can't really get this 2. And if you can't get this 2.5%, that means you are losing out on the ranking. Barrier to Nigerian University global rating. Industry income is one of the 5 essential pillars of time higher education ratings. Even though it carried the least, which is 2.5% of total, we must not overlook this pillar, the ability to offset the entire ranking. We will be exploring how this pillar is more significant than the stated 2.5%. Institutional income, that is the income of university, research income plus industry income is equal to what? That means there is no way we can be rated with just school fees coming. Many universities only depend on school fees, and that is not an industry income. And that's the reason why they can't be rated. They can't be in the rating of the university globally. So you see, we are turning out graduates without looking at the importance of industry that impact on our global rating and ranking as a university. We can't go this way because your visibility is a product of your ability, to be able to generate income and have research collaboration with industry. And therefore, look at this. Institutional income is equal to research income plus industry income. That makes that 2%. Where white implies other income such as school fees, consultancy. So 80% of what Nigeria is doing is this school fees and consultancy. But there is no research income. There is no industry income coming from industry. So you see, they cannot compete. And therefore, look at it. I said total income required in THE ranking. Institutional income is equal to research income or industrial income. That is 10% of the total ranking. 10.75% of the total ranking. So when they look at all these little incomes and bring it together, you must be able to get 10.7% of the total ranking. And that is, I want to say this at this platform again. There is no way any Nigerian university can compete within 1 and 100 globally in the world without having deep collaboration with industry, giving them research income and industry income, unless we're just playing pranks with ourselves. I put it here, look at it. From this pillar you can see now, the best university in the world, as of when this was computed at the time, is University of Oxford in the United Kingdom, is the first, followed by Stanford University, the second. They are all in United Kingdom and United States of America. And this university, you can see them. They are the first, second. The one in Africa, the nearest in the Africa presently now, is University of Cape Town, which is around number 155 bracket in the world. 155. Now in Nigeria, as of today, is University of Ibadan, which is around 400 to 500 bracket. That means within the bracket, there are a lot before you get there. People need to understand this matrix in Nigeria. So therefore, the world is moving. We have to move. The world is going. We have to move. We have to metamorphose. Industry, you can't go without academia. And academia, we can't go without industry. We need both of us. There is no division. We must move. How did the University of Oxford get their income? Look at it. Look at how they get to be rated as the first in the world. Let us look at it quickly. I'm having a few minutes to go.
Please go ahead.
University like, yes, sir. Are you
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, look at it. University of Oxford. Income comes from the following. Look at how they generate their income practically. They got there because they are intentional. They got there because they are objective. The university largest single source of UK income, that is for University of Oxford, is 25% in research funding from bodies such as charity, foundation, research council, trusts, and industry. Can you see? And industry. Oxford consistently has the highest external research income of any university in UK. And because they have that, they are leading. Tuition fee from both undergraduate and undergraduate and educational contract amount to 16%. That means just few. They need the industry. They were intentional. Gotten for PhD and master's degree students are from industry. They are solving problem-oriented issues that can move the nation forward. And that is very, very germane. Knowing that, look at it. 80% comes from the government grants, from Office for Students and Research in England. Other income related to activity other than teaching and research, education and establishment, the commercialization of research, philanthropy support, and investment income from the university endowment, 51%. Can you see? This is how they get their income. Endowment, industry, endowment, industry, philanthropy. They want to support. They want to support. So you see, look at these statistics quickly. I have 4 slides to go. Look at the statistics quickly. University consolidated income and expenditure account to 1999. That is 1919, 2019 and 2020. Look at the school fees. Look at the investment income. Look at the funding by body grant. This is how they earn their money. Look at all this. Look at the endowment. Look at the university has endowment asset of what? Can you see 1.2 billion? Individual college have their own endowment asset, which amount to what? 4.9 billion. These guys are intentional. Industry are ready. Academia are ready. No division. And that is why they are on top. They are master class because they are intentional about what they are about to do, and they strengthen their university because of their fund. This is innovative. We can't be calling University of Ibadan with the years of existence, best university of technology, with the year of establishment, without competing globally with what we have. So therefore, where are we going in Nigeria? Research income is presently empowered by very few faculty. In most universities, school fees has been the main promoter of institutional income. I believe everybody will agree with me. A big question, a big challenge. What do we do? Conclusion. The challenge of university today has been inability to add value to industry. Sincerely, as a result of divergence in goal. The devastations of the educational system in Nigeria is caused by over-reliance in government funding. I didn't say government shouldn't fund, but industry are there. Individuals are there. Problems in industry should be brought to the university, and the university should be ready to accept those problems and find a way to solve it. Industry have to believe in the funding philosophy of the university and support discovery ideas. You must believe in academia that they can do it. That is why all these China are winning. I went to a place outside the country. That is a place given to industry, academia, in the industry. They are all professors in the industry. No division. Collaboration between university and industry is a long time way. It doesn't start now, particularly in attracting industrial funds to institutes across the world of research. Let us stop this garbage in, garbage out. I don't believe in industry. I don't believe in university. Let's just stop it. Let us be synergetic in our approach. We have to be intentional. We have to be proactive. We have to be determined to grow a robust graduate for industry. We have to think wide. We have to tell ourselves the truth. Because if we have to build to last, we must learn to closely close the gap between the industry and academia. That's the truth. Every developmental growth comes with the result of technological integration. Sixth step, the world is revolving. Ladies and gentlemen, we must evolve strategically and promptly as a nation and as an engineer in this nation. Academics should prepare graduates for us. Industry, take our graduates without diversity and make use of them. And I believe if this is done, there will be a new Nigeria, a new pathway to technology advancement, a new intent, a new objective, a new framework, and everybody within Nigerian context, especially when you are driving technological advancement, we have a reason to smile one day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me an audience to speak to these great people. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Fayemi. While we allow you to sip a cold glass of water, I want to use this medium before I ask for contributions or question and answer to acknowledge our colleagues, our senior colleagues, our elders that are here present. I won't be able to name all because some phones are not showing true names or what identities. First on the list, once again, congratulations to Engineer Olufunmilayo Akingbagbomu, our national chairman. Thanks for making, allowing this to be. And we trust that the foundation is being laid. And as we undertake the seminar one after the other, we're able to muster a lot of resources, knowledge to the benefit of mechanical engineers. Permit me to recognize the presence of Professor Adisa Bello. Thank you for finding time to join us, sir. One of our elders, Engineer Gani Owolabi, thanks for coming. The chapter chairman, Lagos, Engineer Abdul Gani Utiami, thanks for finding your time. The NIMEKI Executive Secretary, thanks for making it. Engineer Connie Yene Tukudo, Engineer Dr. Vito Akpan, thanks for making it. Engineer Ehi Okoyomon, thank you for making it. And for our female folk, ably represented by Engineer Suebat Abubakar, thanks for making it. The floor is open now for contributions. You can raise your hand electronically. We call upon you, then you unmute yourself, then contribute. If you have questions to ask, same way, or you drop your questions in the chat box, I will read it out to the presenter and we respond to the questions accordingly. Before I've not read and I've not seen any question yet, but I'll go through. But before then, Mr. Presenter, thank you. I really want to thank you for hitting the nail on the head. The problem here in this country is the wide gap between the industry and the academia. I will tell you practically my personal experience. I started the early part of my career in automotive industry, where I had the privilege of garnering a lot of training in Brazil, in Germany, in UK, and in Japan. And within a pace of 7 to 10 years, I rose to the top of my career in the automotive industry, and there was nowhere to go. And that one who fueled the change of my career midway. I've made some efforts. Are you listening to me, sir?
I'm listening, sir.
I've made some efforts to approach some universities that I have this requisite knowledge I can easily transfer. It became a point as if I'm begging them, so I had to walk away. Let me tell you, I've read any book, any academic-oriented book, textbook that is available on automotive engines and gas turbines. There are certain things that you cannot explain or describe or narrate in a textbook. It is when you see it practically demonstrated, that's when you can catch it.
All right.
That is what I wanted to bring to the university. I won't name the university. But thank goodness, Koren has been pushing towards this issue of outcome-based educational learning, restructuring of the syllabus, enabling students to be able to, a particular course, we have the theoretical content, we have the practical content. The industry, people can now, by this new shape, people can now come in from the industry and take some courses along with our esteemed academics That is what I hope this is pushed through. I'm very sure our incoming registrar is listening. He has a lot on his table to do, and I know is much capable to deliver the goods. So that is just one aspect. Anybody, any hands up? Okay. Wasiu, Engineer Wasiu Yedepo, can you unmute yourself and contribute?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much. My name is Engineer Wasiu Yedepo, member Nigerian Steel Mechanical.
Just a minute and go straight to the point. No protocol.
Okay.
No protocols, please.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
I want to thank yes. My question or contribution is this. You see, the dichotomy between the industry and the academia also have a base in the nation's preference for imported things. What do I mean by this? I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I've worked closely with the academia. But each time we approach the academia to jointly solve a problem that is local, using local expertise, you see them telling us to our face that they would rather prefer to deal with an external company than deal with Nigerian companies to solve the Nigerian problem. I'm into the automotive automation industry, and when you look at the level of that industry in the country, is still developing. So each time we approach many of the facilities, even in the academia, are granted because of dysfunctional automation panels.
You have
we
to
approach them.
You
yes,
have to
we approach them that why not let's solve this using local expertise, and they will tell you they prefer foreign things. So my question to the speaker is that how do we want to change the Nigerian mentality of going for foreign things at the expense of available local expertise? That is my question. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Prof, let me take two more so that you can just take them all together. I hope you are taking your notes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. There's one of Infinix S5 Pro. Can you unmute yourself and make your contributions, or you ask your question?
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, sir.
Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Mr. Achubo Declan, a student, final year mechatronics engineering student from Bells University, Ota. What I want to actually make here is in a contributive way, because going by what is happening, we notice that industries in the country, many of them have some problems, and they actually send it to.
You have a minute. Go straight to the question.
Okay, and they actually, it's not a question, I say it's contribution.
Yes.
And they actually send it to universities abroad to make to research and find solution to their problem. And some industries abroad come to Nigeria to take some of our professors to solve their problems. Now, what I'm now suggesting is that it is a part of the association or the university to sponsor bills to the National Assembly, to the state assemblies, to coerce, to force, and make make industries to bring their problems to them, and maybe give them a grant, something in favor. If you bring so and so amount of problems, the country will give you a so and so percentage of tax waiver as it is done in training. If you train so and so student of your workers, you have 1% of your tax being returned to you. Things like that should help, in making the divide close. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll take one more, then the prof will fill those. We'll attend to those questions. Akoni Yene Etukudo, can you mute yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akoni Etukudo, a graduate from University of Abuja, joining the meeting from Abuja. I want to commend the prof on this lecture of this evening, for it's a thing of joy to see that a gap will be bridged between the academia and the industries in Nigeria in order to project our engineering society. I want to ask, what are the measures put in place by Korean and NSC to bridge this gap? If there is measure, how do we project it more faster? Because they are lagging behind. We need to go fast in bridging this gap for our country to grow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Prof, can you, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, sir. Quickly, let me recognize and congratulate Professor Adisa Bello for his new reappointment. Congratulations, sir. Why I speak through, let me start from the measure from the back man. I'm the last person that spoke for us. So what are the measure Korean and NSC is bringing on board to bridge this gap? Just as what Dr. Ali just mentioned few minutes ago, also when he was trying to recast all those things. You see, the Korean and NSC are really doing, a great job, especially Korean. I must be sincere with you. The OB stuff, that is a contest, is not just because we want to, Korean want to bring out about, OB. No, they were intentional about it. In some university now, because of this OB, anybody that is going for accreditation now, we know very well that Korean are really on their neck. One of our staff, went for Korean accreditation in one of the university, and on returning back, he came at them and said, things are changing. Things are changing, including the modules online. It's changing. The way we communicate, we interact with students now are changing. Formerly, there is no turn and gown. Nobody's enforcing it. But recently now, you can't do without that. Few hours ago, CODET, that is Committee of Deans and Directors presently now, there is going to be a training going on at Agbara Aziz of Ota, for lecturers, for industrial visit. Those things are not there before. That is man-coded interaction. So the deans also, they are up to their task of the thing to realize or to make sure that things are moving. It is normal. If you look at my slide very well, I made mention of that. The turn and gun has to be there, and they are doing it. Now, people are coming from the industry now. I just told you a few days ago, I sent a letter to the VC. At least they engage 3 people who are coming from the industry into our faculty, because they have been there for all, for a long time. And they are bringing their expertise into our university. These students get to know more. There is a challenge when students cannot see things practically. But with the demonstration of people who have the know-how from industry coming into academia, you realize that those things students get to understand, in a simple way. Few days ago, I got a call from one of the largest multinational industry from here, trying to partner with our industry. That means they want to bring equipment to our university. Nigerian industry. Why? Because I went to present in Nigerian and NSC, in Ikeja. And we have to enter into the roundtable right away and make that collaboration work. Today, they are coming to Preston University. They must. It's important they have to do that because I try to let them know what is going on. So you see, NSC and Koren are really doing a fantastic job. It's not the usual way we have it for now. Now things are improving. Everybody is awake. But the only thing that we can really do better. So in time of what is NSC and Korea are doing, they are really doing a great job. You will so soon be seeing those things, unfolding over time. And number two, you said the changing mentality of foreign things rather than local things. You see, we have what we call local globalization. You start things from local content and for a global view. It is those lecturers or academia that doesn't know the difference between their left and right. Now you will tell me that you are looking for foreign experts. Who will invest in you when you have not shown a little concern of your own house? Somebody that cannot build his house, how can he build somebody's home? So that is the grammar. That is just the idea. The question is, those people you are thinking or you depend on may not be the people, they may not even know the difference between their left and right. We are talking about solving Nigerian problem. We are saying you want to solve a Igbo problem. It's not possible. Let's be realistic with ourselves. Nobody will give you any contract that way. The question is, start from your home. I remember one of my students presently now, he's going to defend this February. He's working on what we call high entropy alloy. I'm just giving an example, a PhD student. Before now, what they have been doing outside the world is to use sinter plasma sintering. But here we have to use our local material from Nigerian foundry here to develop this high entropy alloy. Before, you have to use sophisticated equipment outside Nigeria. You have to travel out of Nigeria to do sinter plasma. But in my own, I said, no, you have to use equipment from Nigeria. And he has to go to Nigerian foundry here in Ota and use Nigerian foundry equipment. He was there, a PhD student, for a good 1 year. Now he has developed the material. He's characterized, he's defending his result February 4th. And the industry people are coming to the university to check what he claimed he has done. You see, the question is, you have to believe in people that you believe in. If you believe in other, some academians are lazy to do more things. I'm sorry to use that word. It's a problem, but I have to tell you the truth. It's not every academia that are intentional in driving what you really need. So if one person is not giving you what you need, move to the next person. If another person is not giving you what you need, move to the next person. There's someone that is ready. There's a university that is ready, that you want to take what you really want. If that proposal is really good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. I know one of our revered elders, Engineer Victor Akpan, raised his hand. What is now lowered. If you don't mind, sir, please, can you unmute yourself and make your contribution or your question, sir?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great relief. That's number one. It's a no problem. So I'm going to that. I happened by God's grace to school in two universities, University of Manchester, and then run it in London. I know exactly what Prof is talking about. I said it all. Let me move straight to say what we should do is a national strategy to rescue Nigeria from where Nigeria is. I suggest, also, like you mentioned, industry to come to university and talk to the intended products for industry and tell them that rather than just get the degree and flap, they need to have to consolidate knowledge against the practice. Now we were told that the university insights developing the industry. The engineers are developing the industry. We must create an environment for placement of students or graduates for them to gain industry. That is perfect. Is by practicing that we. So that's what I want to do. I want to thank you very much for giving me. I have to be very brief because you just brought me in. I think I understand it's a national strategy. All the university and the industry, and perhaps go without COVID, so that we create enabling environment for us to achieve what we instead of saying wishing, to arrive there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Professor Adisa Bello, is it still on? Yes. Prof, sir. Okay. No other further contribution. May I use this opportunity, therefore, to thank everyone who took time out this evening, your precious time, to be part of this program. And most especially our guest lecturer, Professor Sunday Fayemi. We want to thank you immensely for hitting the nail on the head. And we thank you for saying it as it is. We trust,
Thank you very much.
we hope by this time next year or 2 years' time, we'll have better report on the industry-academia relationship for the betterment of Nigerian engineers, for the betterment of our economies. We know Koren is up to the task. A lot of resources have been expended in training the people from the academia and industry on how to synergize, on how to bring about this change. And presently, there's this industrial board that must be housed by every faculty of engineering in every university. We have about 200 universities in Nigeria, about 80 or 85 of them have faculties of engineering or colleges or schools of engineering. Each of those schools, each of those departments is supposed to have an industrial board. The industrial board are populated by experts from the industry who we advise on cost content, delivery content, and what the industry expects. As I said earlier on, most of our schools are now reorganizing themselves into research groups, and that is the right step to go. And hope as time goes on, the industry will come in and fund will come in. Without this impact, there's no way the industry will contribute to development of our industry, to our universities. School fees is nothing. No school relies on school fees. No school relies on school fees. You really have to grow. You have to synergize, contribute to the industry, synergize with the people in the industry, solve profile solutions to problems, and they too will invest in the universities. And that's where the difference is. This over-reliance on government, I think it has to stop. Schools have to be encouraged to go out, all out, to look for funds. I want to thank everyone for taking time out again this evening for being part of the program. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye, please.
Thank you.